Hey everyone, this is Petty Officer Adam Glover with the U.S. Navy. I'm here today to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people don't know about, and that is how you can use the Navy to help you with your education. Americans currently owe over $1.5 trillion worth of student loan debt, with about 70% of those graduating college having debt which averages almost $29,000. Now, what does $29,000 actually look like in real money? It looks like a brand new Ford Mustang, or a solid gold and diamond Rolex, or first class plane tickets and 3 weeks in a 5-star resort in Thailand. Despite the cost and time that it takes for college, on average, veterans earn over $10,000 more a year than those who did not serve. And a lot of it comes down to the education benefits that the Navy gives you. And what's the biggest education benefit that the Navy can give you? Money. Specifically, the Navy has multiple programs that can be used to pay for and help you reach your education goals, both active duty and when you get out. The programs we're going to talk about today are the Joint Service Transcripts, Tuition Assistance, CLEP, Navy Cool, U.S. MAP, and the Post 9/11 GI Bill. As a disclaimer, I'm only going to be touching on the basics of each of these programs. Please talk to your local Navy recruiter to get more information about these programs. The Navy has over 80 jobs, everything from nuclear engineering to firefighting, medical care to culinary arts. And we get a lot of training in order to do our jobs. In fact, we get so much training that the Department of Education and Department of Defense got together and actually looked at what we study and assigned us college credits based off of those individual subjects. This is a page from my Joint Service Transcript. As you can see, I have a lot of college credits. In fact, over 40 just on this page. I have college credits for everything from electrical engineering to blueprint reading to even public speaking and education. The great thing about the Joint Service Transcript is that it's something that you gain constantly throughout your Navy career, whether you do 4 years or 40. Because every time you go to a new school, you actually get college credits towards that. Now, getting college credits is great. But the goal at the end of the day is to get your college degree. And you can do that in the Navy by using the Tuition Assistance Program. The Tuition Assistance Program is a program that's available to any sailor on active duty and pays for them to get their college degree by paying the school directly. You even get to choose the school and subject that you study. There is no requirement to get a degree in the job that you have in the Navy. The best part about it is that the Navy pays not only for classes, but also things like registration fees. So the only thing that you have to pay for is books. So a lot of people don't realize that the first year and a half or so of college is not spent on your major. Instead, you're taking something called general education requirements, which are things like math or English or history. These are the classes that you have to wake up for super early in the morning 2 times a week for the entire semester to cover material that you probably learned in high school. So thankfully, there's a way to not have to take those courses, and it's called the College Level Examination Program, or CLEP. A CLEP test is simply a 90-minute exam that covers one of 33 different subjects. All you do is you sign up, take the test, and so long as you pass it, you get the college credit. As a member of the Navy, we get our first CLEP test for each subject paid for 100% by the Navy, and we even get the study materials to go along with it for free. A lot of people put a lot of effort into getting a college degree, not understanding that licensing and certification can play as much, if not more, of a role in getting a job in their chosen career field. Specifically, a certification is a way that you prove to your employer that you have a requisite level of knowledge in a subject. This thing can include things like hardware, software, test procedures, or operating proprietary equipment that a company might have. In fact, that's what for-profit schools like ITT Tech are actually charging you for. They're teaching you about subjects so that you can get credentialed in them. For the Navy, that doesn't make a lot of sense because what we learn is enough to pass these credentialing exams, and that's why we have Navy Cool. Navy Cool is how the Navy gets its sailors licensed and certified from outside agencies. You simply go online to the Navy Cool website, find a credentialing program that has to do with the job that you currently do in the Navy, and then find a place to take the exam. The Navy pays for the exam, and so long as you pass it, you get the credential. The best part is that so long as you get that credential, when it comes time to get recertified, the Navy will actually pay for that recertification. Now, some people choose not to go to college. They choose to become tradesmen, experts in things like being an electrician or a welder or a plumber. And the Navy has a great way to be able to be ready for those jobs when they leave the Navy. And that's called the Military Apprenticeship Program. The Military Apprenticeship Program lets you earn your journeyman's license while you're in the Navy with 2 easy steps. Step 1, you log on to the US Map website and log the hours that you work for your job. Step 2, you get them certified by your chain of command. That's it. Once you meet the required number of hours, you actually are certified by the Department of Labor as having completed all your apprenticeship hours and can officially become a journeyman. So those are some different programs that you can use while you are in the Navy. However, once you get out, we can still pay for your education via the Post 9/11 GI Bill. The Post 9/11 GI Bill pays for 4 years of college, as well as giving you money for housing and money for books. So what makes this different from other scholarships? First off, there's no expiration date, so you can go to college when the time is right for you. Also, you can actually transfer your benefits to your family members, whether it be your spouse or your children, and they'll get the exact same amount of benefits that you would get. You can even split it up if you have multiple children like I do. Additionally, you can actually get a master's degree using your GI Bill. A lot of scholarships will only cover a bachelor's degree. Finally, if you're working in a job that requires a license, such as an engineering license or nursing, you can actually use your GI Bill benefits to pay for that licensing. So those are some of the programs that you can use to reach your educational goals with the Navy. If you want to know more, reach out to your local Navy recruiter today. And as always, follow me on Instagram at EMN1_Glover. Thank you and have a great day.